today I'm going to be talking about and just analyzing my favorite scene in all of superhero media, and what I think is a pretty strong contender for the best scene in all of superhero media, which is the final scene from the animated movie Batman: The Killing Joke. Now, let me know in the comments if you disagree and what, your favorite scenes are, because I think this is a pretty strong contender for one of the best. Let's go.
God damn it. Well, what are you waiting for? Kick the hell out of me and get your standing ovation. Come on!
No, not this time. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want either of us to end up killing the other. But we're running out of alternatives. Perhaps it all hinges on tonight. I don't know what it was that bent your life out of shape, but maybe I've been there too. Maybe we could work together. I could rehabilitate you. You don't need to be alone. We don't have to kill each other. Let me help you.
So I'm sure everyone's pretty familiar with how the Joker and the Batman usually work. They're locked in this eternal cycle of the Joker does something, Batman stops it, he doesn't, kill him because he's not supposed to kill anyone, and they're locked in this eternal cycle. And it's like a lot of other media where, the bad guy keeps doing something in an episodic nature and the good guy stops him. But this time, kind of self-referentially, the Joker's like, yeah, alright, you got me, now take your applause. And the Batman just looks at him a little bit tired, honestly. And he says, we gotta stop this. Because eventually, when this comes to a head, I'm gonna have to put you down. And I don't want that to happen. And so he offers the Joker rehabilitation. Now this is a great setup for the joke that's about to come, the killing joke. Because it's essentially Batman pleading with the Joker. He's really serious here. I want to help you. Let me help you, because this only ends one way otherwise, and we don't have to kill each other. Then the Joker responds.
I'm sorry, but no. No. It's far too late for that. It's funny. This reminds me of a joke. See, there were two guys locked in a lunatic asylum. And one night they decided they didn't like that anymore. They decided to escape. So they made it up to the roof, and there, just across this narrow gap, they see rooftops stretching across town, stretching to freedom. Now, the first guy, he jumps right across, no problem. But his friend, oh, no way. He's afraid of falling. So the first guy, he has an idea. He says, hey, I got this flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings, and you can walk across the beam and join me. But the second guy says, what do you think I am, crazy? You just turn it off when I'm halfway across. Oh, excuse me.
Now, it's fully understandable if you didn't get the significance of that at all, and that just seemed like an absurd scene with no real meaning behind it. Trust me, that's a completely valid thing to feel, and all I'm going to attempt to do is give you a different perspective. Allow the super nerd within me to help you see something a little bit beyond. And It's up to you whether you want to accept it or not. But it's completely valid for you to think, what the hell was that? So, the Joker, for once, is serious, by the way, which is very unusual. And he solemnly says, sorry, first of all, which is ridiculous. But he says, sorry, no. And he says it's far too late for that, obviously, you know, talking about how he's past rehabilitation, but then he starts the joke. The two inmates are representations of the Batman and the Joker. I mean, you can give me that much at least, come on. The first inmate jumps across no problem to freedom, you know, and what's great about this joke and the setup for it and why it relates to, you know, the old adage of them being two sides of the same coin, especially being relevant here, is because Batman accepts the setting of the joke, which is a lunatic asylum. He accepts the fact that he, like the Joker, is a lunatic. But the first guy jumping across to freedom is a representation of Batman accepting his flaws and accepting his lunacy and using that for justice. Now, for the climax of the joke, the inmate that's jumped across to freedom, in this case Batman, offers the Joker a way across. He offers a light beam across a gap between a building. Now, that's absurd. You can't walk across light. But that's not the problem the inmate has with the solution. He thinks that's a perfectly valid solution. He just believes that the inmate will turn it off as he gets halfway across. And this is just incredible to me. And I promise you I'm not crazy. Let me explain. If we look at where they are right now in their dynamic, the Batman and the Joker, the Batman's just offered him rehabilitation. The Joker's comparing that to someone offering a flashlight as a bridge across two buildings. But that's not even the problem. Even though it's an absurd proposition for the Joker to think he could be rehabilitated, that's not even the problem he has with it. He just cannot trust that the Batman won't betray him halfway through the rehabilitation. And so it's just a fascinating insight into how the Joker thinks. And this is the best piece of characterization in a short amount of time I have ever seen. And the Batman's response to this is just amazing as well, because he smiles. He understands the Joker's mentality. Something within him understands why the Joker can't trust him, even though he would never do that. He understands that the Joker cannot trust that Batman will rehabilitate him completely. And so, finally, at the end of it all, as the camera pans down, they share a laugh. A laugh at the cycle that they have been stuck in, born of the lunacy that they share. But as they fade from the scene, only the Batman continues to laugh. After realizing that the Joker cannot be saved, there seems to be but one choice left for the Batman. But does he make that choice? Or does the Joker simply flee? Or do 10 other things that could explain the scene happen? I think that's up to interpretation, but one thing is undeniable. This scene, this climax of archetypal struggle etched within a spark of comedy, is beautiful.